One of the characteristics I look for in other people that I spend time with is, are they curious? Do they ask good questions? This doesn't come naturally for a lot of people. Maybe you're shy. Maybe you're not quick on your feet and don't think of these in the moment. Or you're just more interested in telling rather than hearing. If that's the case, be sure and watch the Me Monster video. But you can have a series of questions ready that you've thought of beforehand, even wrote down on a note in your iPhone that can be ready and available for when the opportunity arises to really get to know somebody. So here are 5 questions that I use pretty regularly whenever I'm catching up with an old friend or meeting somebody new. Number 1, what was your high-low of today, last week, last month, of the last year? You'll discover what really is some great things that have happened in this person's life, and maybe discover some things that are pretty hard that would allow you an opportunity to get to know them deeper, and also to give you an opportunity to express some empathy as well. Another great question is, what are you excited about right now? Sometimes it's related to work, but a lot of times it's something outside of work related to a hobby, or they're going to be a grandparent or a parent, just something that maybe you aren't aware of that you could get excited with them and maybe even help them if it's something that's related to a goal. A great question if you're in a job interview, or if you're just trying to discover more about somebody's professional life, is, what does success and failure look like in your job? That'll give you an idea of some of the pressure that this person is under. And especially if you're interviewing for this job, it'll let you know what the expectations are, both good and bad, to be aware of. It may tell you, maybe I don't want this job. Another question is, especially if you're interviewing somebody, or if you're just talking to somebody and who's been around a while, is, if you could go back and redo your career, what would you do differently? Or perhaps if you could do something different, what would you do? A question that led me to change careers after 30 years in the financial world is, a friend asked me, if you could do anything you wanted to do and money was not an object and success was guaranteed, quick, tell me, what is it? He put his finger on my chest. What would you do? And I found myself blurting out, I love mentoring younger guys and mentoring young couples with my wife. I just can't see getting paid for it. And he said, well, you should never be ashamed of getting paid for something you're really good at. And secondly, there is a way to get paid for that, and it's called coaching. It led me to change my career. Another coaching question, or it could be just somebody that you're wanting to come alongside and help, is, what do you hope would be different this time next year? That will give you a way to identify some goals that this person wants to work on, and possibly you can come alongside and help. So those are 5 questions that I use regularly to get to know somebody at a deeper level. Now, if you want to go next level with it, I've got one that'll be a deep dive. All right, you ready? What is the hardest part of being you right now? It's kind of related to the high-low, the low part of that high-low question. But when you add the hardest part, people stop and think. And that gets down to a core level. And you may find that they share something at a level that you weren't expecting. So those are some questions that you can have ready. If you've got questions that you like, that you want to share with me, feel free to put them in the content box. I'd love to add to my collection, but hopefully this will help you be able to get to know the people in your world at a deeper level.